It is the centenary year of the victory at Vimy Ridge, and today we take a look at how London prepares for this special event. I'm Radhika Anilkumar.
And I'm Sheeba Grace, and this is the exclusive on Vimy Ridge.
Joe Murray and his wife Nancy wrote a book that recites the story of the two London brothers. Woodman and Ibbotson Leonard were a part of every battle the Canadians fought leading up to Vimy Ridge. During the battle, Ibbotson went looking for his wounded brother at the clearing station only to realize that he was dead. Having to get back to battle, he left with the only memory that he could take from his brother.
About 4 by 6 inches. And I reached in and I felt something and I pulled out his dog tag that his brother took off the body 100 years ago and had never seen the light of day until this year.
Captain Michael O'Leary, having found various ways of keeping the Battle of Vimy Ridge alive through pins and medals, there is an interesting item in his possession, which is the silver cigarette case. Now, this case has the regimental cap badge mounted on the front. On the back, the soldier's details. Albert Kessel wasn't actually in the battle at Vimy Ridge, but was wounded while building trenches for the battle.
But his experience and the connection to the events which followed his wounding at Vimy Ridge and his role in preparing for that battle made such an impression upon him that his farm in Alberta was named Vimy Ridge Farm.
Nobody from Vimy Ridge is alive today. They are immortal, living through the artwork of Fanshawe College students.
Life-size tents artistically created with bright colors by the fine art students to recreate a war scene.
Also, a personalized tent with letters sent home by soldiers during the war.
It was really hard. Like working with these tents was really difficult. But all in all, it was a really cool experience. Like working on something so big. Like I've never worked on anything this big. So it was difficult, and you got really frustrated with the other people because working in such a big group was really hard. But it was definitely a learning experience, and I really enjoy it.
3 months,
A class of 15
2 weeks of brainstorming,
and 50 pounds of paint
was what it took to build this tent.
The choice of vibrant colors was referenced from a wartime artist's work to picturize a night at Vimy Ridge.
And the insides of the tent are filled with silhouettes of soldiers going to war at the time of sunrise.
During the night is when the enemies would attack the Allies with gas attacks. So in the middle of the night sky would be just completely red or completely green or completely yellow from the flares of the gas, and the gas was deadly. So everyone would be running to get away, and the trees and everything they had nowhere to go because everything was destroyed from bombs and air attacks, because airplanes came into play during World War I. And we decided to have the outside show this, and then the inside we have the silhouettes of soldiers, because when the sky is lit up with a bright color, you're gonna see people, but only their dark silhouette, right?
Apart from the fine arts students, the students from the fashion department have been working on over 100 Vimy monuments that are set to be displayed at the gala.
But the rule of thumb is once it really starts to float on top, then your plaster is mixed to the right. And there we go.
Sanding, cutting, and vinyl peeling are some of what that goes into the process of making these giant poppy placemats.
The students of Fanshawe College and Western University had come together to create a war-like musical performance at the arts project.
As you come in, there's this kind of mysterious series of questions in my mind about where am I supposed to go, where am I supposed to stand, may I move, and it's just it slowly envelops you with a kind of atmosphere of sound and vision and people moving, and it's immersive and it's interactive, and I think it's just fantastic.
The message of Vimy Ridge is one of bravery and sacrifice. The battle, which took place on April 9, 1917, is commonly highlighted as a turning point in Canada's history, where the four divisions fought together as a unified fighting force for the first time. As dawn broke on that morning at Vimy, close to 100,000 Canadians poured from trenches, dugouts and tunnels, surged up a slope and conquered an enemy position considered impregnable by its German defenders and frankly by Canada's allies.
It was a costly victory. 10,000 Canadians lay dead or wounded on the 9th, the worst day's losses for Canada in the war. 2017 marks the 100th year of this remarkable battle. The people of London came together to celebrate the 100th anniversary on the night of April 1st at the London Convention Centre.
The most intimate experience a family could have. It talks about life and talks about death and talks about birth, talks about courage, talks about country. And that's Vimy Ridge.
Years ago, if you were to think what was happening on the battlefields in France and Vimy Ridge in particular, I think that we pay tribute and respect to the soldiers and their families from 100 years ago, and so I'm honored and proud to be here this evening. So what a wonderful evening. I'm super excited to be here, and one of the main reasons is because of the number of Fanshawe College students that have been involved. I've seen many dear friends I haven't seen for years. I was able to witness the freedom of the city of London this afternoon by 4th Battalion of the Royal Canadian Regiment, and that would be my regiment, so a proud day.
Contre l'eau de la tyrannie